In the heart of West Africa stood a kingdom of power, art, and divine kingship, the Benin Kingdom. And among its many rulers, one name still shines with unmatched brilliance: Oba Esigie. He was the son of a legendary queen, a warrior who united a divided land, and a king who led Benin into its golden age, an era of art, diplomacy, and glory that would forever change Africa's history. Around the early 16th century, Benin's royal palace welcomed the birth of a prince, Esigie, the son of Oba Esigie the Conqueror, and Queen Idia, the woman who would later be celebrated as the mother of all nations. But royal birth did not guarantee peace. After his father's death, Benin faced a bitter succession war between Esigie and his brother Adouane, who ruled from Udo, a rival city with ambitions to take the throne.
The struggle for power tore the kingdom apart. Benin was divided: two princes, two capitals, one destiny. But Esigie was not alone. Behind him stood Queen Idia, a woman of extraordinary courage, wisdom, and spiritual might. Idia became her son's greatest ally. Through her guidance, diplomacy, and mystical protection, Esigie triumphed. After years of fierce battle, the prince emerged victorious. He ascended the throne as Oba Esigie, ushering in a new era for the Benin Kingdom. Oba Esigie's reign was unlike any before it. For the first time in Benin's history, a woman held political and spiritual power at the highest level. Queen Idia became the first Ioba, the queen mother of Benin. She commanded her own palace, her own army, and served as her son's most trusted advisor. It was said that no war was fought, no decision made without the counsel of Idia. Her wisdom and bravery turned the tides of history and gave rise to one of Africa's most iconic symbols, the Idia ivory mask, a masterpiece that still represents Nigerian art and heritage today.
Peace, however, was short-lived. The neighboring kingdom of Ida, powerful and ambitious, challenged Benin's authority in a war that would test Esigie's strength as a ruler. For years, fierce battles raged along the river plains. But once again, Queen Idia's spiritual protection and Esigie's leadership brought victory. Benin triumphed, its borders secure, its enemies humbled, its glory renewed. Under Esigie, Benin reached beyond Africa's shores. He established diplomatic relations with Portugal, a European power rising across the seas. Ambassadors were exchanged, and trade flourished in ivory, pepper, coral, and bronze. Benin's art began to reflect this global connection, depicting ships, crosses, and foreign visitors alongside traditional scenes. Through diplomacy, Esigie positioned Benin not as a colony, but as a sovereign empire, equal in prestige to any European kingdom of the time.
Esigie's reign marked the height of Benin's artistic genius. The royal guilds of bronze casters, ivory carvers, and wood sculptors flourished under his patronage. They immortalized the Oba's victories, rituals, and divine heritage in metal and stone, creating the Benin bronzes that would one day astonish the world. Each plaque was more than decoration. It was a royal archive, a story carved in eternal bronze. Oba Esigie ruled with balance, a warrior's courage, a diplomat's wisdom, and an artist's soul. He strengthened Benin's political structure, expanded its influence, and ensured that knowledge and creativity thrived side by side with power. When he died, he left behind a kingdom at its peak, a city admired by travelers, a dynasty guided by divine tradition, and a people united under the spirit of the Oba.
Centuries later, the legacy of Oba Esigie and Queen Idia still endures in the art, the festivals, and the hearts of the Edo people. They remind us of a time when Benin stood as one of the world's great civilizations, a land where kings and queens ruled with vision and where art became the language of power and immortality. This was the golden age of Benin, and at its center stood the king who made it possible, Oba Esigie, the lion of the kingdom and the light of its glory. The story of Oba Esigie is not just history, it is identity. It is proof that Africa's past was never silent, never primitive, but rich, powerful, and alive. Thank you for watching. If you love stories of Africa's forgotten empires, subscribe and join us as we continue the journey through the legendary history of the Benin Kingdom. Would you like the next episode to follow Queen Idia's life and legacy, her role as the first Ioba, and her influence on Benin's spirituality and art? It would make an excellent companion piece to this one.